Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you got for Pisces, gang? In mid-November Scorpio season, what are energies, messages, insights we could take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. Please, what is happening? What's the vibe? What's the energy around us in this time? Guides and spirit team. Yeah, there we go. Nice and quick. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, so we're starting off on a really good note. And you know, I always say, like, yeah, it's just the footnote here in the beginning, which is true. But whenever we start with this beautiful Empress figure, I feel like that's a really nice way to start off any reading. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. Now, yes, this is an oracle deck. It's not the tarot deck, but I always link this card to the Empress. It just has that vibe to me. We see this lovely lady. She has like that bird nest on her arm. She's surrounded by all the different animals, all the plants, the nature. So to me, this is a card of fertility, blessings, and abundance, if we were to keep it short and sweet. Now, yes, it could deal with motherhood and mother figures as well for a small portion of Pisces out there. But to me, when I see this, I just think of blessings. So just know, whether you're going through a tough time, neutral time, not much is happening, or there's a whole bunch going on, this to me says the future is bright. There's a lot of great things that could be coming forth. Now, for a small portion of Pisces out there, if you're feeling energetically down, Spirit could be telling you to reconnect with nature in one way or another, whether it's taking a walk, spending some time, recharge those energetic batteries with the help of nature around us. But to me, I just feel like flat out, this is a beautiful omen. It really is. That there could be something that turns out really well. Okay, so that could be a nice silver lining if the reading goes off the rails. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's see what tarot has. And like I mentioned, I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time for the Pisceans. What's happening? What do you got for us, please? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was focused around communication last week. The reading was titled A Surprising Talk, and I find it extra interesting because the rest of the zodiac this week, a lot of them were in a similar mode. It's just like Pisces picked up the energy first, which again makes sense. Pisces are very keen on picking up the energies of the collective. So let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this out hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? But just know you could be having some funky communications even for a couple weeks because of last week's reading. Let's get it going. 3 cards in the upright for Pisces. What's happening for my good friends? Thank you. Okay, 2 of Swords, a little bit of mystery still with that 2 of Swords. It doesn't always have to be indecision. So I find that intriguing because there was a similar thing going on with the Cancer reading where they started off with a mysterious card. Let's get you a couple more. Thank you. King of Pentacles, good. That's a good start. Let's get one more. And it's similar to that Empress energy we were picking up in the beginning, and I'll explain that. Thank you. 4 of Wands, wow. Okay, so it's continuing to get a little better and look brighter here, Pisces. So I'm really liking this energy. It feels nice and stable here on the back end. I guess it depends on what you're going through. Like, usually stability is a very good thing, but for a portion of you, yeah, maybe there is something that's a little frustrating. We're not going to go down that route just yet. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have a nice even distribution of elements. And you know I always look at the elements first. We have some air, we have some Pentacles, which is earth, and we have Wands, which is fire. One thing I will say, and normally in Pisces readings, I pick up so much internal energy, lots of cups, lots of swords. right now we're kind of edged out by material world things here on the back end, like with the earth, with the fire, the realm of action, the realm of the material. So for a lot of Pisces, either you're in pentacle mode or like the material world around you could be extra important for one reason or another. But it's going to be intriguing to see how this all plays, because there's a little bit of everything showing up in your reading this week. So let's go through piece by piece, really start to build this out. Position number one, we're starting here with the Two of Swords. Now, classically, we see this individual, they got the two swords crossed, they're blindfolded, hoodwinked, and it's nighttime, there's the moon up in the sky. Sometimes this could represent indecision, being at a crossroads, not knowing which way to go. Sometimes it's even confusion. So maybe some of you are going through some situations where you don't have all the facts, or there's just something about it that's a little perplexing to you when this card is here. But to me, the main thing I always say about this card, it's one of my biggest ones, a mystery. Like, this person doesn't have all the facts. They can't quite see. It's dark out. So in this time, there could be surprising or unexpected things popping up. Very simple, straightforward. Now, when this does come to a challenge, or the challenging aspect of it, the fact that it's like kind of a hung up type of energy, aside from the mystery and the unknowns, to me, it's like somebody coming to a stop. Okay, so it's like something where it's like, it's not, energy's not really moving forward for whatever reason. And that kind of makes sense with what we have here on the back end. There's not a lot of volatility, but I'm not seeing a lot of like wild action, if that makes sense. So we'll definitely want to look at this further. Now, moving to the center, we have the King of Pentacles. Lots of good stuff that comes along with this card, that's for sure. Now, this could be an earth sign you're connected to. Maybe you have some earth placements. Doesn't always have to be the case. But yeah, this is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. And when I see the King of Pentacles, I think it's like the male version of the Empress, or the divine masculine version of the Empress. The King of Pentacles, as with all kings, represents control of their respective suit. So having control over work situations, work and career, business. Now's a great time for any of that when this card starts to show up. But a big thing with the King of Pentacles, it speaks about the blessings, the abundance that overflows sometimes, not all the time, but from time to time, things are much more lush. And this King of Pentacles is definitely that abundance here in the blessing. So I really like this, and we're looking good, especially with what we have coming down next. Now, when it gets to the challenge of the King of Pentacles, since it is so earthy, it's not a fast mover. There could be situations that aren't moving quite to your liking. Hopefully this isn't a gunked up type of energy. That's why I said it might be different depending on the Pisces. I feel like there's an extreme. For some of you, things might be fantastic. You have some really great things coming in. For some other Pisces, things might be really frustrating for you. I guess, yeah, it just depends here. And you know Pisces is the two fish. But the King of Pentacles could be a little stubborn and immovable sometimes. So we'll take a look at that when we clarify it. Now, getting to the back end, this Four of Wands has a lot of similarities. One thing I will say about this is one of my biggest cards because it's the 1111 card that connects to signs, synchronicities, omens. And listen, as part of the Pisces collective myself, I know we're usually very tapped into stuff like that. I would expect an increase. Seeing a lot of these signs, spirit, whether they're egging you on and saying like, hey, good job, or reassuring you. For some of you, maybe it's warnings. I'm not fully going to go that route, but I would expect more omens, so keep your eyes open when this card shows up. But the Four of Wands is stable, it's sturdy, has a lot in common with that King of Pentacles, but it's celebratory, it's happy, it's having a grand old time. This could represent gatherings of people, it could be socializing, stuff like that, but these are people having a really good time and celebrating something. So that's why I'm definitely leaning much more optimistic when we start with the Empress, when we have the King of Pentacles, when we have the Four of Wands. It's not moving fast, but it's long lasting. That's an energy I'm picking up here, which is really good. So I want to dive deeper on all the Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Pisces people. What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Two of Swords time. What's happening? What's that Two of Swords here? Thank you. Even better. So we have the Magician showing up in the upright. This is really great. Now, for some of you, if you are in a situation where there is like a little confusion or you're not sure which way to go, just know that your powers of manifestation and creation are extra heightened in this time. And I do always say this, every human being is a creator being. I firmly believe in that. But sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's a little more difficult. I feel for a lot of Pisces in this time, like your power to manifest and create is extra heightened. There is this strong energy still around universal energy, spiritual energy, omens, because with the Four of Wands, now we have the Magician. Notice he has the infinity symbol. So it's like your guides are trying to guide you, or your spirit team is trying to get a message through to you. So I feel like for a lot of Pisces out there, there could either be somebody or a group on the spirit side trying to communicate and listen. I know some Pisces out there, you're pragmatic, scientific minded, and I mean, it all depends on your belief system, but I just can't let go of that. So whether it is the omens or whether it is spirit trying to get your attention and communicate with you, that's what I'm picking up. However, I still feel good, unexpected energy moving forward, and I'm going to see how it plays out, because I could still see blessings, wins, and victories. I just want to see how it plays out, but there's strong energy around omens, like really powerful. So let's go in on that King of Pentacles. We're just going to keep it moving. We're not going to get stuck there. Really strong powers of manifesting as well. So why is the King of Pentacles here for us? What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Okay. All right, so something might arise or return that you didn't think would. That is a very peculiar type of message I'm picking up here. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Now, this could be two main messages. Yeah, that first one, I'm sticking to it. When I see the Eight of Cups in reverse, that is something returning. And with the King of Pentacles, it's like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting to see you again, or I wasn't expecting to talk to you again. Now, that could even be a situation, so just keep that in mind. But there could be something that is going to return in a big way. We still have the wind-based victorious energy and the omens and all that good stuff. Another vibe I'm picking up here, like this could be something that's very solid and planted. So if this is something that's good in your life that you see as a blessing, when we have this King of Pentacles, when the Eight of Cups is in reverse, it's like it's not going nowhere. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So I feel for some Pisces out there, you should feel very secure in a situation where it's like, listen, it's not going nowhere. Like, I mean, yeah, life is always changing and things happen, but I feel for the most part, a lot of Pisces could feel secure about something aside from the returning. Let's keep moving. Again, we're not going to get stuck here. Those are the two main messages. We'll talk about it more during the recap, but it's looking favorable, that's for sure. So what is happening? Why do we got that Four of Wands here for Pisces? Why do we got that Four of Wands here? Thank you. And again, so we have Judgment in reverse underneath the Four of Wands, and Judgment in reverse is very similar to the Eight of Cups in reverse. It's like something looping back around. So again, this could be multiple things arising in this time, but also it's like we have the same message twice, but in different shapes, right? Because I said this one's like energy returning, but also feeling comfortable in something. Four of Wands with the Judgment in reverse is the exact same thing. It's not going nowhere. Okay, so hopefully, if you're having issues or if there is something frustrating you, that it's not this issue showing up. I feel for some of you like the energy doesn't feel stagnant. It just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere right this minute. Okay, so yeah, maybe there is a situation or something you're working through right now that might take some time. That's okay. But for the most part, I feel very optimistic about all this energy. And I have to say again, with Archangel Gabriel here, the messenger, the Magician, the Four of Wands, all of these cards do link into the spirit side, sending you omens and trying to communicate. I just have to give that message again because it's here. I don't think Judgment in reverse is a bad thing, but to me, I just get that vibe that either something's coming back around in a really powerful, strong way, or it's something that you can feel secure about, where it's like, okay, well, you know, this is going to be here for a while, so know that. Let's go through and do a quick recap. I mean, every Pisces reading is unique in its own way, and this one is definitely the same. Let's go through and do our recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Two of Swords with the Magician. I feel like your powers of manifesting and creating are actually heightened in this time, so just know that, especially if you feel like, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know which way to go. I feel like you might have more control than you believe you do, or that you know you do. Aside from that, like, yeah, spirit, the powerful omens, it's all over the place in this week's reading. but I still get the win-based victory, blessings, all that good stuff. So the reading's nice for the most part. Moving to the center, we have the King of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups in reverse. I felt like something returning that you didn't think would. So whether that's a person or a situation, it's like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting to deal with this or see this again. It didn't feel necessarily bad, though. Another vibe I was picking up from this is feeling secure in something, where it's like, I have this, and this will be a long-term deal. Even moving to the back end, the Four of Wands with the Archangel Gabriel judgment in reverse. So something returning in a big, powerful way, but also the stability. So the only challenge I see here, Pisces, is if there's a situation that's frustrating you that you want to move further from or move on from. To me, it's like, all right, well, this is going to be a process. It's going to take some time. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. So let's get a good shuffle here and see what we got for Pisces. What's happening here, my gods? Talk to me. Mid-November. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out for you. What do we got for Pisces, please? What do we got? Thank you. Three of Cups. So that's a celebratory card as well. And I know the Three of Cups can sometimes get a bad reputation. But to me, it just feels like something great's coming in for a lot of Pisces. And I mean, it fits with like what we saw within the reading itself this week. The Three of Cups is celebratory. It's merriment. It's joyousness. It's really good and happy. So I feel like for a lot of Pisces, it's important to lean into things that make you happy. Does everything in life have to be practical? No. Sometimes in life, yeah, we need to do the practical things. But I feel like in this time, it's important to do something that fills your heart with joy. This is a beautiful thing. Now, the only challenge that comes through when we have the Three of Cups is that sometimes it could represent temptation or overindulgence or group situations. I feel like just steer clear of anything like that if possible, especially if there's something you're trying to refrain from. This could be a big card of temptation. But I feel for the vast majority of Pisces, when I see this Three of Cups in the shadows, it's like, no, there's something good coming in. Remember that Two of Swords? Remember that Four of Wands, that King of Pentacles? There is something good coming in. So I really like this. I feel like the reading, for the most part, is very claimable. Just keep your eyes open for the signs and synchronicities. And yeah, Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.